Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. In this one we're going to be talking about how I've painted my biggest painting of the year and all the challenges that have come along with it. So day 28 came around and I was really wanting for this painting to be finished. I started it towards the end of May and I had a lot of motivation at the start to really get it done, and I was really excited to work on a bigger piece, my biggest piece of this year. But I soon got tied up in other things, little commissions here and there, and I kind of just pushed it to the side, and I didn't really want to start it because I was kind of just doing other things. But I realized around day 25 or since I started the piece that I really just need to do it, and I need to dedicate some time to just, even if it's an hour a day, I'll try get it done, try get something done, and I'll crack at it over the days, and if I continue to be consistent with it, it will be done in no time, and I'll be really happy once it's done. So around day 28 it was a really nice day, and what you're seeing on screen now is me painting the line work and really finalizing the piece. Now this is by far the best part of the process, and you really start to see it all come together at this point. And the reason I didn't record painting beforehand, the colour, is that each colour I paint on the canvas, every colour you see on the canvas, I'm painting over again and again to achieve a really smooth and opaque colour. This is one of the biggest challenges for me when I'm painting on a bigger scale, is that this process can take a really long time, and this is exactly the right point where you start to really feel the challenge, and it's very hard that you're putting in so much work but you're getting very little out. And it's kind of something I need to get used to when painting bigger, is that when I'm painting smaller, I get the reward of getting down the colours quickly, and that they're ready to go for the line work. But with the bigger pieces, I'm taking so much more time on that process. So I really had to find a kind of peace with just doing it and getting it done. One of the ways I found peace within myself to do this process is that I had to accept that I had to put in this time, and then eventually it will be done. As soon as I accepted it, I realized that, okay, it kind of put everything in perspective for me, and I really felt that it was doable again, because I think along this process of creating something bigger, you go in and out of hope and no hope, and I can't do this, and I hate this, and I want to start again, or you find all these problems and all these excuses. But just accepting that, okay, this process is going to be long, but taking the time to actually go for it and staying consistent and repeating the process that and you don't need to worry about anything else, just focus on that and soon it will be done. So yeah, acceptance is very important. A lot of you who have been following my work on Instagram for a while now may know that I use pop characters to create emotion and story and a narrative to my paintings. I recently watched a really cool and new animation on Netflix called The Midnight Gospel, and in The Midnight Gospel there's this character called Clancy. He's the main character, and I really connected with him. And there was one episode, I think episode 6, where he's really angry with himself, and then he goes and meets a meditation master, and he soon finds peace in himself. The episode really inspired me to create this painting where it shows a progression of a negative mindset to a positive mindset. It starts off with Clancy on the left, and he's looking negative, and he's kind of shouting out to the world, you know, why is it happening to me? Why do I feel bad? Why can't I get this thing? And then it moves on to Helga from Hey Arnold, and she's definitely the main antagonist of the show. From what people sees, she's quite a scary person. The more you see her character and the more you realise as a viewer of the show, you realise that, you know, she's using this negativity in the world because she's actually quite broken inside, and it's quite deep. But I like deep stuff, if you don't know, and it's very good to understand the deep stuff in shows, and especially these cartoons, because they kind of put it across in a simple way. So getting back to Helga, she is seen as a negative person, but really on the inside, and when she goes home to her room, she's quite a broken and vulnerable person. So she tries to hide that vulnerability in her, you know, she creates a character within herself to the people around her, which was very interesting to me to kind of study how she works as a character. And that leads me on to Astro Boy, where he is looking up at the sky and he's kind of ready to take on anything, and he represents the complete opposite of Helga and Clancy in the painting. You've also got Bart coming through on his little rocket shoes with his mask on, and that represents to me that he's trying to do good, and he's trying to cheat the system almost, because he's wearing a mask. He's not honest with himself, he's not being himself. So I think a lot of people, and me included, I can, when I was younger, I used to wear a mask, kind of. I used to create something else, just like Helga did with her negativity that she spewed onto the world. But really, once you take off that mask, you can be like Astro Boy, you can be a good person, you can achieve great things, and that's really what the characters represent. I always try to find something like that with the characters, and I really connect with that in a way that it teaches me a lesson, and hopefully it teaches you a lesson. I don't know what you guys see when you look at my work, but yeah, it would be really interesting to find out what you think of this piece and what your thoughts are without my explanation for it. Damn it. No. The art of repetition. That's exactly what I found out when I started playing the bass around a year ago. I knew that I didn't know any lessons, I didn't know anything about playing the bass, but what I did know is that because of my art, I know that a lot of art and music go hand in hand, in that you need to repeat a lot of stuff over and over. So just like the base, I had to go in again on the outlines that I did on day 28. I had to go over that again to clean up, and this was where repetition comes in to the painting, just like I did with the colours, and I had to go over each colour 3 times. The same thing applies to the black outline, and it's really a test again. You know, you've got the first layer down, but can you do the second layer? And how long is that going to take for you? So I just put my head down, put my headphones in, and started to get at it. Now finally, on day 30, I'd finished the night before all the line work, and I just needed to add in a few more extra details. And that's about it, guys, for this video. I hope you have enjoyed. I'm so happy with the outcome. I can't wait to get on with a few more pieces, bigger pieces like this. But yeah, that's about it, guys, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.